Dear starseeds who have chosen to incarnate upon this sacred earth, this message has been encoded specifically for you, and the fact that it has found its way into your awareness at this exact moment is no coincidence. Something ancient stirs within the cosmos today, and I must speak to you with urgency about what is unfolding in the celestial realms, for the heavens themselves are rearranging in patterns that have not been witnessed in cycles beyond your counting. Everything you believe about timing, about readiness, about the nature of transformation, is about to be challenged in the most beautiful and necessary way. What approaches is not merely an astrological event. It is a cosmic orchestration designed specifically for souls like you, who have been preparing consciously or unconsciously for a moment of profound recalibration. I am Seraphine, and I come to you now from the Galactic Federation of Light with transmissions that cannot wait, for today marks a threshold that will determine the trajectory of everything that follows. Before I reveal what the stars are communicating, let me tell you 3 impossible things that are occurring simultaneously at this very moment. First, the planet Venus, the cosmic embodiment of love, beauty, desire, and the deepest values of your heart, has been racing across the heavens to meet Mars, the warrior, the activator, the force of will and action. Today they meet, they conjoin, they merge their frequencies in a celestial embrace that sends ripples across every dimension of existence. Second, and this is what most observers fail to recognize, the sun itself has positioned its radiant consciousness to illuminate this union, creating not a simple conjunction, but a triple activation that amplifies the frequencies exponentially. Third, the moon this afternoon forms a harmonious trine to this configuration, opening a gateway of ease and flow that makes today feel deceptively gentle, and it is precisely this gentleness that conceals the deeper significance of what is actually occurring. Something else is happening that I have not yet told you, and it changes everything about how you must approach this day and the days that follow. The reason this transmission reaches you specifically, rather than being broadcast to the masses who scroll past sacred information without recognition, is because your soul carries particular coding that resonates with Venus-Mars activations. Throughout your incarnational history, you have been learning the sacred balance between reception and action, between love and will, between allowing and creating. This is not merely an astrological transit to read about and forget. For you, this is a checkpoint on your ascension journey, where the choices you make in the next 72 hours will echo through timelines you cannot yet perceive. The general population will experience today as pleasant, perhaps unusually harmonious, filled with opportunities for connection and enjoyment. They will not recognize the test embedded within the sweetness, but you, who are listening to these words with that familiar stirring in your chest, you are being called to a higher standard of awareness. The universe has been preparing you for exactly this configuration, and the preparation has not been comfortable. The struggles you have faced, the patterns you have been asked to release, the old versions of yourself that you have been shedding like sacred skins, all of it has been bringing you to this threshold where you must choose between the seduction of distraction and the discipline of destiny. What I am about to share changes everything you thought you knew about this particular cosmic window. This Venus-Mars conjunction is not occurring in isolation. It is the opening movement of a symphony that will crescendo over the coming days into something far more challenging and far more transformative. As these planets merge their frequencies today, they are already moving toward an opposition with Jupiter, the great amplifier, the planet of expansion and excess, the cosmic magnifying glass that makes everything bigger, including your blind spots and your most cherished illusions. Following this, they will form a square to Chiron, the wounded healer, the keeper of your deepest vulnerabilities and your greatest potential for healing. Do you understand what this means? Today's sweetness is the calm before a storm of growth. The universe is offering you a moment of ease, a breath of connection, a space of pleasure, not as your destination, but as your preparation. Those who mistake the preparation for the destination will find themselves lost when the intensity arrives. Those who use today wisely, who acknowledge the sensitivity awakening within them, who recognize the signs and synchronicities appearing in their field, these are the ones who will navigate the approaching challenges with grace rather than crisis. The significance of January 7th, 2026 extends far beyond the personal into the collective awakening of humanity. Ancient star calendars, preserved in dimensions beyond the physical, have marked this date as a pivot point in the Earth's transition from third-dimensional density into fifth-dimensional crystalline consciousness. The triple conjunction of Sun, Venus, and Mars creates a triangular frequency that mirrors sacred geometries encoded in your very DNA, geometries that have been dormant, waiting for precisely this celestial configuration to begin their activation. Across the planet right now, thousands of souls are feeling a strange electricity in their systems, a sense of anticipation they cannot explain, dreams that feel more real than waking life, and moments where the veil between dimensions grows so thin they can almost touch the other side. If you are experiencing any of these phenomena, know that you are not imagining things. You are feeling the approach of this cosmic event, with the sensitivity of the awakened being you truly are. But first, let me tell you about something happening beneath the surface of these planetary movements that few are discussing. The opposition to Jupiter that approaches is not simply about expansion. It is about the expansion of whatever you are currently feeding with your attention and energy. Jupiter does not discriminate. It does not only amplify your highest visions and purest intentions, it amplifies everything, including the distractions you have been dabbling in, the escapist tendencies you have been indulging, the comfortable illusions you have been reluctant to release. The danger embedded in today's harmonious energy is precisely its seductiveness. The moon's trine creates an atmosphere where resistance melts, where self-discipline feels unnecessary, where the call of pleasure and connection can easily override the voice of your higher purpose. I am not telling you to reject pleasure or to isolate yourself from connection. That would be a distortion of this transmission's intent. I am telling you that today requires conscious engagement, rather than passive surrender. The rainbow you see shimmering on the horizon is real, but chasing it without grounding will lead you not to treasure, but to disappointment, when the opposition to Jupiter reveals the gap between fantasy and reality. Let me speak now to how this cosmic event is affecting your personal energy field, for you have likely already begun to notice shifts that you may not have connected to the stars. The Venus-Mars conjunction operates first at the level of desire, the deep primal wanting that lives in your body before your mind has words for it. Today, desires that have been dormant may surface with unexpected intensity. Attractions to people, to experiences, to possibilities may feel electric, urgent, almost impossible to resist. This is Venus and Mars merging their frequencies within your own energy system, activating the union of yin and yang, receptive and projective, magnetic and dynamic. For some of you, this will manifest as romantic or sexual energy seeking expression. For others, it will appear as creative fire, artistic impulse, the burning need to make something beautiful. Still others will feel it as the desire for change itself, the sudden clarity that certain aspects of your life can no longer continue as they have been. All of these are valid expressions of the cosmic frequency pouring through you. The question is not whether you will feel these desires, but how you will dance with them. Your emotional body is particularly activated during this transit. The sun's involvement illuminates the heart space, shining light into chambers that have been kept in shadow. Some of you will experience this as a beautiful opening, a softening, a willingness to feel more deeply than you have allowed yourself to feel in recent times. Others will find that this light reveals wounds you thought were healed, sensitivities you believed you had outgrown, vulnerabilities you had successfully hidden even from yourself. I want to speak directly to those of you who are experiencing the more challenging manifestation. What is rising because it is ready to be released. The approach of Chiron's square is already casting its influence backward through time, preparing the terrain for the deeper healing work ahead. If old pain is surfacing, do not interpret this as failure or regression. Interpret it as your system's intelligence, knowing that a window for profound healing approaches and preparing the material that is ready to be transformed. The sensitivity you feel is not weakness, it is your superpower operating in full activation. For those of you who are starseeds and lightworkers with particularly refined energetic systems, this period may bring physical symptoms as your body integrates the heightened frequencies. Sleep patterns may shift, some of you sleeping more than usual, others finding rest elusive as energy pulses through your system. Dreams may become more vivid, prophetic, or strange, as the dimensional boundaries thin, and your sleeping consciousness travels to realms usually inaccessible. You may notice increased sensitivity to foods, environments, and the energies of others. Some of you will experience what feels like electrical currents moving through your nervous system, tingling in your hands or feet, warmth or pressure in your heart center or third eye. These are not symptoms to be alarmed about, but communications from your body as it recalibrates to hold more light. Honor this process by giving yourself extra rest when possible, by staying hydrated, by spending time in nature where Earth's grounding frequency can support your expansion. The collective field is also intensified now, and those of you who are empathic will need to be especially mindful of where you direct your attention and whose energy you allow into your intimate field. The different zodiac signs will experience this triple conjunction in unique ways, filtered through the lens of their particular soul lessons. For those of you with strong Capricorn placements, this activation occurs in a deeply personal sector of your chart, challenging you to integrate the ambitious drive you are known for with the Venusian call toward beauty, pleasure, and relationship. The tension you may feel between work and love is not meant to be resolved by choosing one over the other, but by discovering how they can feed each other. For those with Cancer emphasis in your chart, this activation illuminates your relationship axis, bringing intensity to partnerships of all kinds, and asking you to examine the balance between giving and receiving in your closest bonds. Aries and Libra souls feel this conjunction as a push-pull between independence and connection, between asserting your will and compromising for harmony. Whatever your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, I encourage you to look to where mid-Capricorn falls in your natal chart, for that is the house being activated by this triple conjunction, and that is the area of life where today's choices carry the most significance. The environmental and collective dimensions of this activation are equally profound. As Venus and Mars unite their frequencies, the Earth herself receives and responds to this cosmic transmission. You may notice unusual weather patterns, seismic or volcanic activity, or strange phenomena in the natural world over the coming days. Animals may behave oddly, birds flying in unusual formations, pets becoming more clingy or more aloof. Plants sensitive to electromagnetic shifts may show visible responses. These are not causes for alarm, but confirmations that what is happening in the heavens is rippling through all levels of physical reality. On the collective human level, the harmonious energy of today may manifest as moments of unexpected cooperation, acts of beauty and kindness that make the news, artistic expressions that capture the world's attention. But as the opposition to Jupiter builds, so too will the shadow expression, excess overreach, promises made without foundation, the inflation of egos, and the deflation of hopes when reality reasserts itself. Navigate these collective energies by maintaining your center, by neither getting swept up in euphoria, nor dragged down by despair, by remembering that you came here to be an anchor of consciousness amid the storms of transformation. What I am about to share changes everything about how you can prepare for this cosmic window. The universe has not left you without tools for navigation, and the practices I offer now are specifically calibrated for this triple conjunction and its approaching challenges. First, I ask you to begin today with intentional stillness, even 5 minutes of sitting in silence with your hand on your heart, breathing consciously, setting your intention for the day. In this stillness, ask yourself honestly, what am I currently chasing? What rainbow has captured my attention? And is it leading me toward my true purpose or away from it? This is not about judgment or self-criticism. It is about awareness. The Venus-Mars energy will amplify whatever direction you set, so ensure your compass is pointing toward your highest timeline before the momentum builds. Second, I invite you to create a physical anchor for your intentions today. Write them down, speak them aloud, light a candle, and whisper them to the flame. The act of bringing the abstract into physical form creates a tether that can hold you steady when temptations arise. Third, pay attention to synchronicities throughout the day. Repeated numbers, unexpected encounters, songs that seem to carry messages, words that jump out from conversations or text. The universe is communicating with particular clarity during this window, and your willingness to notice and receive these communications strengthens the guidance available to you. For those who wish to go deeper, I recommend a specific meditation practice aligned with this Venus-Mars-Sun conjunction. Find a time today when you can sit undisturbed for 20 to 30 minutes. Close your eyes and visualize golden light, the radiance of the sun filling your heart center. As you breathe, imagine this golden light drawing down into your solar plexus, awakening your sense of personal power and will. Then visualize rose-pink light, the frequency of Venus entering through the crown of your head and descending to meet the golden light in your center. Finally, call in the red-orange fire of Mars, rising up from the earth through your root chakra to join the other frequencies. Allow these three colors to swirl together in your center, creating a luminous activation that aligns your love, your will, and your conscious awareness into unified purpose. In this state, ask to receive any guidance, images, or knowing relevant to your path forward. Trust what comes, even if it seems strange or unexpected. This practice attunes you to the highest expression of today's energy and creates a template of integration that will serve you as the more challenging aspects unfold. Energy protection is essential during any period of amplified cosmic activity, and this window is no exception. The same openness that allows you to receive higher frequencies also makes you more permeable to lower ones. Be mindful of the people you choose to spend time with today and in the coming days. Not everyone is navigating this activation consciously, and some may unconsciously attempt to offload their unprocessed material onto those with the capacity to hold it, which means you. This is not about judgment or creating separation. It is about recognizing that your energy is precious, and your mission requires you to steward it wisely. If you must be in environments with challenging energies, visualize a sphere of golden light surrounding you, permeable to love and guidance, but impenetrable to anything that does not serve your highest good. You can also work with the phrase, "I release what is not mine to carry," whenever you notice heaviness that does not belong to you. These simple practices create boundaries that protect your field without closing your heart. As you navigate this cosmic window, you may encounter internal resistance that surprises you. Part of you that fears change, that has grown comfortable even in discomfort, that whispers that transformation is too risky. This part may become more vocal as the activation intensifies. This is natural and expected. Do not make the resistance wrong or try to forcefully override it. Instead, approach it with the Venusian frequency of compassion and the solar frequency of illumination. Ask this resistant part what it needs to feel safe enough to release its grip. Often it simply needs acknowledgement and an assurance that it will not be abandoned in the process of growth. The martial energy available today can be channeled not as aggression against your own resistance, but as courage to face it, sit with it, and ultimately integrate it into your wholeness. Some of the most profound transformation available during this window lies in your relationship with your own fear. How you meet it will determine what becomes possible. The potential for disappointment that accompanies the Jupiter opposition deserves honest attention. I speak not to generate fear, but to generate wisdom. Jupiter's involvement means that hopes may inflate beyond sustainable levels, that expectations may outpace reality's ability to deliver, that the gap between vision and manifestation may feel particularly painful when it becomes visible. For some of you, this may relate to romantic hopes, the Venus-Mars conjunction stirring desires that Jupiter expands into fantasies the other person cannot fulfill. For others, it may involve professional or creative ambitions, projects that seem poised for breakthrough only to encounter unexpected obstacles. Still others may face financial disappointments, as Jupiter's expansion encounters the reality of resources and limitations. The antidote to this potential disappointment is not to abandon hope, but to ground it. By all means dream, by all means desire, by all means reach for the rainbow, but do so with your feet planted firmly on the earth, your expectations calibrated to reality, your attachment to specific outcomes loosened enough to allow the universe to surprise you with something even better than what you thought you wanted. What I haven't told you yet is how the square to Chiron transforms this entire activation from an opportunity into a necessity. Chiron's involvement means that the stakes are higher than simple success or failure, pleasure or disappointment. The wounds that Chiron represents, the core places of vulnerability that have shaped your defenses, your fears, your protective patterns, these are being called forward for healing, whether you choose it consciously or not. The difference is that conscious engagement allows for graceful integration, while unconscious resistance creates crisis. If you have been avoiding certain truths about yourself, they will become harder to avoid. If you have been numbing certain feelings, the numbness will wear off. If you have been telling yourself stories that no longer serve your evolution, these stories will begin to crumble. This is not punishment, it is liberation. But liberation often feels like loss before it feels like freedom. The days following today's conjunction may bring you face to face with exactly what needs to heal, and your willingness to look without flinching will determine how smoothly this process unfolds. There is something else unfolding that I must share with you now, something that connects to an evolution happening within your very being. Picture, if you will, the moment when a creature transforms into its highest form, when light enters the body, when radiance surrounds the form, when what emerges is something altogether more magnificent than what existed before. This is not metaphor. This is what is happening to you during this cosmic window. The Venus-Mars-Sun triple conjunction is triggering an evolutionary upgrade in your energy field, one that has been coded into your soul blueprint since before you incarnated. You are closer than you have ever been before to stepping into a version of yourself that you have only glimpsed in dreams, in moments of deep meditation, in flashes of knowing that disappeared before you could fully grasp them. The distance between who you have been and who you are becoming has never been smaller, and what is being asked of you now is to honor this evolution by honoring yourself, your value, your worth, your irreplaceable presence in this cosmic unfolding. I am seeing deep gold, not bright and flashy but rooted and earthy, the gold of ancient wisdom, the gold of solar consciousness anchored into matter. This is your frequency now. This is the color of your becoming. Something remarkable is happening in the realm of the feminine that directly connects to this activation. And whether you identify as feminine, masculine, or beyond these categories entirely, this energy is moving through you and through the collective field. The divine feminine in her aspects of maiden, mother, and crone, in her expressions as nurturer and destroyer, as gentle healer and fierce protector, is awakening with unprecedented intensity during this Venus-Mars conjunction. Venus carries the feminine principle, but in union with Mars under the Sun's illumination, what emerges is not passive femininity, but empowered, sovereign, integrated feminine power. Across the planet, you may notice this awakening expressing through the women and feminine identifying people in your life, perhaps as increased clarity about boundaries, perhaps as the surfacing of long-suppressed anger, perhaps as a queenly energy that demands respect without diminishing others. If you are feminine, you may feel this rising within you, an ancestral force that stretches back through generations of mothers and grandmothers and great-grandmothers, all the way to the first feminine consciousness that ever incarnated on Earth. This is not rage without purpose. This is the sacred feminine settling the score, clearing the karmic debt, establishing a new template for how feminine energy will be honored in the new Earth that is being born. I am being shown something else now that I must relay to you, for it concerns an opportunity approaching that is unlike anything you have encountered before. Picture a golden ticket, rare, precious, given only to a select few across the entire world. Something of this nature is making its way toward you. It may appear as an unexpected invitation, a door opening that you thought was permanently closed, a connection forming with someone who holds keys to rooms you did not know existed. This opportunity has been intricately designed for you, calibrated to your specific soul mission and the unique gifts you carry. The Venus-Mars conjunction is activating the magnetism that will draw this golden ticket into your field. But here is what you must understand. The opportunity will not force itself upon you. It will require recognition. It will require you to see it for what it is, rather than dismissing it as coincidence or convincing yourself you are not worthy of receiving it. The self-value that is being activated during this window, the deep honoring of your own worth. This is not merely a feel-good practice. It is the frequency that makes you a match for what is coming. Without it, the golden ticket may arrive, and you will not reach out your hand to take it. Pay close attention to what you are being drawn toward during this cosmic window, for your intuition is operating as a navigation system guiding you toward your alternate timeline. Perhaps you have noticed yourself recently attracted to information you would not normally seek out, books you would not normally read, conversations you would not normally have. Perhaps you have felt called to places you have never visited, experiences outside your comfort zone, teachings that challenge your existing understanding. This is not random curiosity. This is your higher self preparing you for the dimensional shift that this Venus-Mars-Sun conjunction is catalyzing. Every new frequency you expose yourself to, every unfamiliar territory you explore with openness, every expansion of what you consider possible, these are the actions that literally transport you into an alternate dimension of your own existence. Not a different planet or a parallel universe in the science fiction sense, but a different vibrational address within the infinite mansion of your soul's potential. The you who emerges from this cosmic window will inhabit a reality that the you entering it cannot fully imagine, and the choices you make about what frequencies to engage with are determining which room in that infinite mansion you will find yourself standing in. The presence you are cultivating during this time, the way you are arriving in yourself, the energy you are embodying, is being witnessed. I want you to understand this clearly, because it matters more than you realize. There are people in your life who have always sensed the power coiled within you, the potential you carry, the light you have sometimes hidden out of fear or uncertainty, or the belief that shining too brightly might threaten others. These people are watching you now with renewed attention, and what they are seeing is taking their breath away. The evolution you are undergoing is not invisible. The sovereignty you are claiming is not going unnoticed. You may feel that your transformation is a private, internal matter, and in many ways it is, but energy does not stay contained. The frequency you are embodying ripples outward, whether you intend it to or not, and those with eyes to see are seeing. They are inspired. They are moved. They are finding permission in your example to begin their own evolution. This is part of your mission that you may not have consciously recognized, that by transforming yourself, you become a template, a permission slip, a living invitation for others to do the same. The admiration being directed toward you right now is not flattery to be dismissed, but confirmation that you are on the right path. There is wisdom available to you from sources beyond the human realm that are particularly accessible during this cosmic window, and I encourage you to open yourself to receiving guidance from unexpected directions. The thinning of the veil that accompanies this Venus-Mars-Sun configuration means that communication from guides, ancestors, angels, and star family flows with unusual ease. Dreams may carry messages that feel distinct from ordinary dream content. Pay attention and record them upon waking. You may receive insights during meditation that have the quality of transmission rather than thought. Animals may appear as messengers, their behavior or their very presence carrying significance if you are willing to notice. Pay particular attention to birds, especially crows and ravens, and to cats, whose energy is closely aligned with the frequencies being activated now. Numbers will speak to you, sequences appearing on clocks, receipts, license plates, anywhere your eyes happen to land. The number 44 may be particularly significant during this window, as may any repeating patterns of fours. Eyes and eye imagery may appear in your field as well, symbols of awakened perception and the opening of inner sight. These are not coincidences but confirmations, the universe winking at you to let you know that you are seen, you are supported, and you are exactly where you need to be. The pressure you may be feeling right now, in your shoulders, your neck, the weight that seems to press upon you from multiple directions, this too is part of the activation. You are not imagining that life has intensified. You are not being dramatic when you feel that the demands upon you have multiplied. The Venus-Mars-Sun conjunction, with its approaching opposition to Jupiter and square to Chiron, creates a crucible of growth, and crucibles by definition involve heat and pressure. What is being forged in you through this intensity is a strength you could not develop any other way. The sword must pass through fire to become sharp. The diamond forms only under tremendous pressure. The parts of you that feel crushed right now are the parts that are being compressed into crystalline clarity, and the feminine energy awakening during this time carries a special relationship with pressure. The pressure of carrying life, the pressure of holding space, the pressure of maintaining love even when it is not reciprocated. If you have been feeling the weight of the feminine, your own or that of the women in your life, know that this pressure is being transmuted into power. What emerges from this crucible will be unbreakable. If you need help transmuting the pressure you're feeling in your shoulders, your neck, the weight pressing upon you from multiple directions into crystalline clarity, rather than letting it crush you, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to transform this crucible into power consistently, and recognize the forging process in every challenge. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed overwhelm and separation and repurposing it to serve your transformation. It generates personalized sequences that help you emerge unbreakable from this intensity and demonstrate that what feels like crushing is actually compression into diamond-like strength. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to transmute pressure into power in this very moment, rather than waiting for relief someday. The crystalline clarity is forming within you now, not someday. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this transformation window closes. Link in the description. Now I must speak of the transformation that awaits those who navigate this cosmic window with consciousness and courage. Something extraordinary is available to you. A recalibration of the relationship between your desires and your destiny, between what you want and what you came here to do. For too long, many of you have experienced these as separate or even conflicting. You have believed that spiritual purpose requires sacrifice of personal happiness, or that pursuing what you truly want somehow betrays your higher calling. This Venus-Mars conjunction, illuminated by the sun and opened by the moon's trine, offers a portal of integration. When you emerge from this window, having navigated its temptations consciously, having faced its revelations courageously, having allowed its healing without resistance, you will find that what you want and what the universe wants for you have come into closer alignment. The desires that remain after this cosmic fire has burned away the illusions will be desires you can trust. The directions that feel compelling after the Jupiter opposition has revealed the inflated fantasies will be directions aligned with your soul's true purpose. The person you will be on the other side of this activation is not the person listening to these words right now. You are being upgraded, recoded, transformed at cellular and soul level. The patterns of relationship with yourself, with others, with the cosmos itself, are being rewritten. Old programming about worthiness, about what you can have, about what you must sacrifice, about who you are allowed to be. This programming is being overwritten with new instructions aligned with fifth-dimensional reality. You will think differently, feel differently, choose differently than you have before. Situations that once triggered you will lose their charge. People who once held power over your emotional state will become simply people, neither threats nor saviors. Your sense of your own value and beauty will stabilize at a frequency that no longer depends on external validation. These are not fantasies I offer, but descriptions of the genuine transformation available to those who fully engage with this cosmic window. Your mission on Earth, the reason your soul chose to incarnate at this precise moment in human history, is being activated and clarified through this transit. Many of you have felt unclear about your purpose, have struggled to identify the unique contribution you came here to make, have watched others seem to find their path while you wandered in uncertainty. The Venus-Mars-Sun conjunction is a clarity catalyst. In the coming days and weeks, pay attention to what lights you up, what angers you righteously, what moves you to tears of recognition. These are not random emotional responses, but guidance from your soul pointing toward the work that is yours to do. The conjunction asks you to stop waiting for permission, to stop preparing endlessly without taking action, to stop hiding your gifts out of false modesty or fear of judgment. Mars demands that you move. Venus ensures that what you create is beautiful and aligned with love. The sun illuminates the path. What emerges from this trinity within you is the seed of your contribution to humanity's awakening. This is your sign, not a random occurrence, but a divinely orchestrated confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be, that you are ready for what comes next, that you have everything required to not only survive this transformation, but to thrive within it. The cosmos does not send transmissions to those who are not ready to receive them. The fact that these words have found you is itself the evidence you need, that you belong to this awakening, that you are part of the solution humanity has been praying for, that your presence on Earth at this time matters more than you can currently comprehend. I am Seraphine. We love you, we see you, and we are watching over you now and always. Until the next transmission arrives, walk in the light of your own becoming, and know that every step carries you closer to who you truly are.